I hope, yeah. If she cooks is as good, it will be really good. Feel free to place pool for Yaoang or keep it for anniversary. Do you want to play Elation? Or rather, do you feel confident that she is the Tribby? Because the way I see it, right, is that there's no rush pool for Yaoang. Because the better last 6 weeks. Wait, hold up. We did, right? Yeah, the better last 6 weeks. So if you're not sure how her role is going to be like, and you're not sure how the future... I'm not even sure. I actually genuinely am not sure. It's very, very similar to back in those Sunday situations. I'm not sure whether or not that DPS will make use of Yaoang more or Spoxy more. Like, legit. So, I really cannot give, like, a definitive answer as to whether or not she's gonna be there. I just do know, like, things that are, like, very definitive, right? Like, for example, E1 Tribby, alright? E1 Tribby is, like, definitively speaking, absolutely fucking insane, right? No questions. And her kit overall is very, very favorable for, like, AoE, alright? But Yaoang is, like, we don't know if the Elation DPS prefers punch lines or if they prefer the actual Elation skill. Yaoang gives you more Elation skills with Aha Instance, but Sparksy gives you way more punch lines. And we don't know. Because we don't know what is gonna be the girlfriend, right? Who is the girlfriend for Elation, right? So it really is like a hard question to answer. I feel like even if you want to use it as like a generalist, there are better generalists like this, right? I think it's very hard to beat a better generalist than E1 Tribby. She has E1, right? She has true damage. She has DDD. Her ultimate is really cheap. She doesn't really die. You can pretty much just run a lot. And even if it doesn't really, like, it's not as good for, like, 1 or 2 target content, pure vision is forever there, right? You will always have pure vision. So, that is the way I see it. Alright, wait, hold up. It is a bit. Archer feels awesome with Yaoang. Oh, he does. I would say it's not really just Yaoang, but also because the buff Sparkle. I'm assuming you're running Archer with buff Sparkle and Yaoang, right? Yeah. Buff Sparkle feels insanely good with Archer. Like the new buff. Yo, Ahsoka, thank you so much for the give this up. Thank you. Night 2 is insanely hard. I can't get 2 Zygos. Changing Zyrene to 200 speed right now is crazy. Night 2 is the flame weaver of the energy debuff, right? Oh my god. Mr. Anomaly. Oh, it is time for our yearly Mr. Anomaly. Okay, but I know Night 2 is really fun. Depowered with inversion is fucking annoying. Especially this shit. The good thing is, because you have the energy debuff over here, right? You don't get an energy debuff against Sparksy. Yep. So, to each their own. 100 anomaly. Oh, absolutely. But I think today we won't be able to finish up anomaly. We need to finish up like the before you pull. We need to finish up the builds and everything else in between. What are the cons of Yaoang? Her con? You mean constellation? Oh, like her downside. Oh, okay. Her downside is... Okay, I'm lagging one piece. Her downside is... It's hard to see a value of your Elation skills if you don't run Elation units. It's a little bit like trying to run Black Swan outside of DOT. Or like running Highest Lens outside of DOT. Like for example, your Highest Lens, right? Technically, Highest Lens has a vulnerability, right? She applies vulnerability to the skill. Right? Damage can increase. But like, majority of like the synergy with like Highest Lens or like Black Swan is that you want to stack them together, right? You want to get more DOTs and then you proc them with Kafka. Just like how you want to get more Elation skills, and you proc them with Yaoang's ultimate. Right? The more Elation skills, the better. So like if you don't want to run her in an Elation team, why not just get a unit that is like way more general and not have that kid tied up to getting the free AHA instance? Because so what if you get a free AHA instance? I think the good way to think about it, right? Do you think you would care about Yaoang's kid if she released in version 3? I think the answer is no. I think nobody would ever give a fuck if Guang gave you the AHA instance back then. Because it doesn't mean anything, right? It gives you the +1 skill point for the full up deck. It gives you a little bit of the vulnerability because of this, but that's it. So like, if you just use it as a standalone, eventually there is just gonna be that unit that will do a job way better. That is like kind of my take here. Yeah. It also just depends if Silver Wolf or Eva Nisia, which one of them is like the core. And depending on the core, who will make use of punchlines or who will make use of AHA instance. E1 Black not bad. Black Swan is insane. QQ best team. Sparkle. Most likely you're probably running Car, bro. I think Car is really good with QQ and DHPD. Oh, the vulnerability is for forever now. So it's not during the enemy turn. Okay, 25% vulnerability. That has a shit ton of words. 20%. Oh, they buffed her. Did they buff her multipliers? Alright, the EHR base. Oh no, Arcana. 100% base chance to be rid of defense down rotation. Oh, okay. That's not bad. So you can also apply defense down when they enter. So you don't need a spam skill and apply this on the very first one. They just get the defense down immediately. Okay. So it's like you don't need to give Black Swan as many skill points if you actually want to run her as a debuffer. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Bro, I'm so for real. I have no idea what the buff Black Swan does. Because I was so fucking busy this entire week. So I have no idea. 5 stacks. Okay. Increase damage dealt by all allies. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, that is really, really good. 72% team-wide damage increase. Okay. Does the E1 change? It's still the same. Oh shit. It's 30 stacks. Holy shit. That is insanely high for the number of Arcana. I think this is the same, right? I'm not sure if this is the same. I didn't really match it. Yeah, Arcana can stack above to 99 now. I think 99 is a key. There are way too many words. Okay, but this E2 is insanely fucking strong though. Especially for 0. Bro, you know what this is? This is E2 Cyrene all again, right? You save your time needed to get your ultimate, right? You save your time needed to stack on Arcana or Black Swan. So... You have cooled your last cool, my man.